Hey guys, nice to be back again for this week's Oxen Labs update. Essentially what we've been working on the session side, we've been continuing our tasks, but we're circling back around this week to ID blinding, which we focused on maybe a couple of months ago, but it's starting to push through QA and we're starting to get suggestions back from QA, so we're handling some of those, especially with inboxing functionality on Android. We're also looking at some push notification, some new push notification strategies and implementing some stuff on the Oxen storage server side and also on the push notification server, so you'll see that code in the dev update too. Still have a few little bits of code going into emoji reacts, especially using emoji reacts in open groups. We're just getting that worked out now with some new APIs that we have access to. And that's just about wrapping up the session stuff. I think we're also working on some database. The database refactor on iOS is coming along well. Basically still working through some of those notification issues, but I just spoke with Morgan and we fixed, I think, the final one of them. So we should see some progress on that in terms of it coming into a beta release on TestFlight potentially very soon. On the LokiNet side, we have been working on we're still working on some Windows DNS issues. This time it's a slightly different DNS issue. This one, it seems to be that we tell Windows, or if the system has multiple kind of network adapters in the settings. The LokiNet has a virtual network adapter, and you'll also have, say, your local Wi-Fi adapter, or you've plugged a connection into the back of your computer. Sometimes Windows seems to want to use other network adapters, DNS resolvers, to resolve LokiNet names, and that can actually leak the LokiNet service that you're looking up. So we're looking at a way to fix that right now, but it's quite a subtle kind of undocumented Microsoft issue. The good news with Mac though is that we have the GUI wired all up now, and we're basically on the final signing step. So very close to having that done, and very close to having the Windows stuff fixed up as well. And there's a few other things that we're working towards for a new LokiNet client release as well, which is coming along nicely. Yeah, so that's the session stuff we've got, and the LokiNet stuff. The core stuff, we found some issues with our Ledger wallet integration when we were testing. These issues seem to only occur with the the GUI that we're using, and not the CLI, so we're investigating that. We have some inkling that it might be because we're sending too many messages to the Ledger device and we're kind of overwhelming it, but we're unsure as to why this happens uniquely with the GUI and not with the CLI, considering that they're using a lot of the same components to communicate with the Ledger wallet. So we're looking into that now. And obviously the push notification stuff that I spoke about before, and there's some logging refactoring going on as well that we're doing in the background. And Tom is additionally working on Wallet 3 stuff, getting the builds working properly. So yeah, that should wrap up our 3 distinct sections, and I'll hand it over to Josh for the marketing update. Thanks, guys.
I'm on. Hey guys, welcome back to another Marketing Lab section of the Oxen Lab updates. So, this week has been all about post-pets activity. So we've just been churning through a bunch of content related to the symposium that we went to last week. So yeah, there's just a whole heap being created, and you should start seeing the first batch of these articles come out next week. On the OPTF side of things, Alex and Sam have been working on continued outreach with a lot of the relationships that we made during the symposium that we went to, as well as we've been working with one of our other foundation partners on another conference that the OPTF will have some big involvement in coming up. We've also got a whole bunch of new stickers and business cards printed now that conferences are starting to happen more in person. We've got some of this stuff down. We also have a bunch of the new merch samples coming to us this week. So also, if you guys know of any conferences that you think will be good for us to attend to, let us know, because we're planning to hit the conference circuit pretty hard. Over on the social side of things are going pretty tasty, actually. The viral tweet that we did last week meant that in the last month period, we've had over 1.3 million impressions for our socials, which is 100% increase from the previous month. So that's basically everything from me for this week. I'll see you guys next time.